House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afola. Always I have the name. Hello, Obiajilu Ubo. How are you doing today?
Morning.
Good to see you.
Morning, lady. So, promotion for the care mentorship program is in full gear now. I've been talking it small before, but now I finished all the other programs that I have, and I'm focusing on this. The next class will be starting September 17th, and it will run to 1st of November. And it's basically for clarity of assignments, resourcefulness, and efficiency. And this is going to be the second cohort. I had the first one in January. So every year now, I'll be doing it twice a year. The first class will be in January. Next class will be in September every year. And some persons have been asking me, is it possible that we pay in installments? I have that sorted as well. So ready for mentorship? I'm here for you.
Nice, man. A mentor. Good. Yes. How you doing?
Begging.
Yeah, lawyer.
Yeah, lawyer.
The gift to little more. Also, please don't forget.
Your
my page
birthday.
and then
Fantastic.
lunch.
Well done.
on my
Hello, Mariam.
Hi.
Looking nice and bright.
Yeah.
Both of you had a memo.
I think
Orange,
so.
right?
Our energies were in
Yeah.
sync this morning.
My God, that's what everybody.
Energy.
Energies. I'm like, don't people have any tangible thing that they talk? We
I
always
don't
talk about
understand.
these energies.
You
It's
are-
intangible.
you
I'm not
are
saying
energy.
it's on. I'm not saying that it's not important. I'm saying it's intangible. People talk about the intangible things a lot these days.
Yeah,
Anyways,
intangible.
one tangible thing that happened yesterday. I went for dinner. It was for a send forth and reception for Dr. Mukari Aminu, was the outgoing Nigerian Conservation, and just to wish him, success in his endeavors, and also congratulations to Dr. Joseph Onoja taking his place. It's just a wonderful family that I found myself in NCF, and I love being
Fantastic.
an ambassador for.
Love it. Nice,
NCF.
nice.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well done.
Say something. We like your hair. We like the color of your hair. What inspired the
Yes.
color?
Yeah, so I'm off today.
Yay.
I'll be gone
So
for 2
excited
weeks
for you.
just to go and
We'll
rest,
miss you.
Do you know what I want? Towels. Real towels.
towels.
Absorbent
Those
towels.
kind of, yeah.
Oh,
we
yes.
carry-
I know the kind of towels. you're
Yes.
talking about.
we
Even
carry-
if it's a face towel, I just
Yeah.
would need one, please, in
really
my
nice
life.
All right, so I'll be in the UK for 2 weeks. I'll be reaching out to our fans in the United Kingdom.
Oh,
What is
God.
already there, so
Yes.
Oh, Mariah.
You guys should do
I'll
a meet and greet.
I'll try to meet next week.
Please come back with the British accent. You have the American already, so add top that one.
so go 2 weeks and develop on.
I'm telling you, develop it from the plane.
Hey, Father in heaven.
From the plane.
I'm actually, this trip is really to reconnect with family, and I've been disconnected for so many years.
Happy for
So I'm
you,
just going to
sis.
say hello to people that are my friends, I've parted with, say hello to them. That's all I'm doing. Next one, just sneak into have my own
Sneak, yeah.
fun.
Now run out.
Get out. So this time I'm trying to really intentionally meet people, say hello, connect back, and
Enjoy, have
I'll be there
fun.
2 weeks.
Take pictures, please.
I remember.
Oh, please try.
I hardly remember to do this. So I'll try. She was ready to send me a message.
Yes, so
please,
take
from the airport,
pictures.
ma, please take pictures.
We are waiting.
Okay, let's go on a break. When we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Love you. Right back. Stay tuned. Love you. Back. Stay tuned. Your view will be right back. Stay tuned. Your view will be right back. Your view will right back. Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
By the riverside, love blossom and betrayals on. Two friends.
Pipe is like a brother, and I promise you that nothing and no one can hurt him as long as I live.
Witness the story of three hearts entangled in a dangerous triangle.
You've heard from Lena Maria?
I haven't talked to her since I dropped her off at her house yesterday.
Christian will be my best man.
I never trusted that guy. For lies.
Hello.
I'm coming home soon.
Christian, what do we do?
Somebody is bound to get hurt, and it's going to be terrible.
Sinew, River of Passions.
Entertainment is an opportunity to share. Entertainment is an opportunity to create conversation. As an actor, I have the It just helps us see the world in a different light. It gives joy, it gives happiness. It gives sadness sometimes, because sometimes we have to look at the realities of the world. And I think entertainment just shows the world as it is.
Being a TV host, I can tell you that being a parent is one of the biggest reality shows.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. PDP Board of Trustees failed to resolve Atiku and Wike rift. Free train passenger terrorists have moves across Nigeria. NBC finds Trust TV 5 million naira for a documentary on bandits. Russia-Ukraine war, Nigerian varsity to absorb 2,500 students. Pension funds hits 14.26 trillion naira. And I think that Moreplex TV has complied with pay-per-view directives. And Ashomale dismisses row over the Muslim ticket. Okay. We're starting with?
The free train passenger in the nation. So, yes. Mustafa Imam, an associate professor of medical biochemistry at the Osman Dafodio University, was one of those 5 recently released, and he was talking about moles in the government. He said that the terrorists are so organized, well organized, that to the extent that trading goes on in their camp, and that they have moles planted across the country, that the government needs to act as fast as possible to release, or how they say it, release the remaining captives within with the terrorists, that they have a 1-year-old child and a female non-Nigerian, so an almost 90-year-old woman. He talked about a lot of things in the papers on this issue, but I think intelligence is
Okay, let me take the story on the NBC has invoked a fine on Trust TV. If you recall, they actually broadcasted that documentary on Zamfara State. I think I remember what it was called. So they invoked a 5 million naira fine, and they must pay that because according to them, they breached the sections 3.1, which says that no broadcast shall encourage or incite to crime, lead to public disorder or hate, be repugnant to public feelings, or contain offensive reference to any person or organization alive or dead, or generally be disrespectful to human dignity. And if you recall, some of these, the captured children from these schools, many of them are still in captivity. And you coming on to say you're the one that actually captured them is itself quite gruesome to the families and loved ones of those who are still in captivity. So these are part of the things that NBC was saying that it was wrong. However, I think the Press Freedom Center has said that the NBC, what they did was unjustifiable and unacceptable, and that is an injustice to the media. And even Trust TV said that on their own part, actually thought they were informing. On their own part, they actually thought they were informing the public on the thorny issues concerning this banditry.
Yeah, Inibehi Efyong, who was sentenced to a month in jail. And the NBA said that they have tried diplomatically to sort of resolve the issue, but that the chief judge is not, willing to listen to them. And so they said that the truth is that, in fact, the proceedings, in the way it was carried out, wasn't done properly. And so this could lead them to escalate it to the Nigerian Judicial Council that has the right to, to probe them and also sanction judicial officials. And so we would see what happens. They're just saying that the way in which he was finally convicted and sentenced was not done properly. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, so Igbinedion University in Okada, Edo State, has entered into a partnership with the VN Karazin Kharkiv National University, Ukraine, to absorb about 2,500 Nigerian students displaced by the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. This was mentioned by the representative of the Ukrainian University in Nigeria, Cliff Ogbede. He announced this yesterday in Abuja, and he said the agreement will ensure that the displaced students are able to continue their education in Nigeria. And there's something else he said. He said in this new collaboration, the two universities will jointly develop educational activities, expanding opportunities for access to all levels and forms of quality higher education, educational programs and courses based on the recommendations of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, as well as the implementation of the right to academic mobility. So this is more like there's a war going on, and they're still thinking about their educational system, so that even students who are not from their country, who are students in the university, can still continue their education irrespective of the war. That's how a government that is serious about the educational system takes up things.
Moving on now quickly to Punch. Rising terror threats. National Assembly leaders threat. Rallies security chiefs for protection. Lagos man tricks baby mama. Disappears with 3-year-old twins. Protest as gunmen kill abducted Lautech student hotelier. Oyinlola Makinde tipped to lead Atiku's campaign. Outrage as Buhari gives Niger Republic 1.1 billion naira SUVs. And pay rise, FG excludes state varsities, ASUU kicks. Okay, major headline.
Oh, sorry. So this baby mama case, Lady Bola Tito Adeni is accused ex-lover and children's dad. So she got pregnant. Baby daddy. So at the time when she was 2 months pregnant, he cut off the relationship, cut off every ties with her. She reached out to him throughout her pregnancy. He didn't show up. She handled her pregnancy, her delivery through CS. She was cared for by her parents. She's lived with her parents. And then one of the babies falls sick, because she had twins. One of them falls sick, and the father came visiting. Usually when he comes visiting, he drops 1,000 naira, just comes to check up on these children, and then leaves. And suddenly he said to her that, they're not doing well. He has a traditional way of taking care of them. treats her to some water, leaves her there, takes the children back to his residence in Ikorodu. She doesn't have an address. She's not been able to reach him. What broke my heart is that she did the right thing. She reported to the police because this is a clear case of kidnapping. By default, in a case where there is no marriage, the only parent of such children is that mother. He has to go and acknowledge those children by legal means as his children for him to be able to lay claim and take them. So what he's done is kidnapped her children and left. And she reported to the police. She was meant to pay 30,000. They were asking for 100,000 to do track and arrest. She was only able to raise 30,000. The police spokesperson here, who then was speaking, he said that, you know, that the police officer she claimed took that money from her, one police officer, one Juliana, denied it. And I do not believe that account of the story because I know.
Let's not just go by the report.
I'm going by the report, and she paid that amount of money according to her. And now, till now, a man whose mother, girlfriend, and all of those people are reaching out to her and saying he's dumped the children somewhere cannot be arrested in Lagos. I don't believe it's possible. I believe I'm using this means to join voices with her. Please get her kids for her. Yeah. She deserves to have her children and be certain as to their welfare. If he needs his children, the legal thing should be done. No man should just come and pick up somebody's children and walk away. It's enough trauma to carry a pregnancy through to CS and deliver them and then wonder where they are when they are sick.
Painful the major. So I have another human interest story. Students of the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology and the youths in the community staged a protest on Wednesday, and this is because one of their final year students, her name Rachel Okpadele, who was kidnapped, has been killed by her kidnappers, and this was after a ransom had been paid. They said she was working in a particular hotel, and she and the owner of the hotel were kidnapped, and ransom was asked. They had asked for 100 million first, and then they reduced it to 50 million. The family was able to just raise 5 million, and they begged them. So they asked them to come and drop the ransom. They had a bike man and someone on the bike to take the ransom to these kidnappers. They said they gave them several directions. When they finally got to the last place, they asked the bike man to go there alone while the other person on the bike with him was supposed to stay behind, and that eventually he heard gunshots, so he just knew, you know, something had gone bad. Anyway, it's been confirmed that they had been killed even after ransom had been paid. The youths and the students are upset. They said because we have cried, we have talked to government, we have talked to police, everybody, and our cry just ended up on social media. Nothing was done until these lives were taken, and that's why they staged the protest.
Really sad. Okay, I was going to take the story, political story. So Governor Makinde and the former governor of Osun State, Lagose Oyinlola, are being penned down to be the Director General for the Atiku Abubakar campaign organization. This has been delayed because they're actually waiting to get Wike's, the Governor Wike's, who he prefers. However, the fact that they picked these two possibilities was a strong indication that Southwest is going to be the deciding factor. So the North votes can almost be predicted. The Southeast is very clear, but the Southwest is still very, there's a strong possibility that anybody can have it. So for having the DG from that region is critical for PDP to be able to get as much votes for their principal as much as possible. However, the fact that Governor Wike is yet to resolve the grouse that is ongoing between the party is a problem. Is the reason why they've not been able to launch the campaign. They officially launched their campaign organization for Atiku Abubakar.
I think they need to appease the gods and cut white goats.
Yeah, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Your white goats.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our new 5 Alive Poppy, available in lemon, orange, and mango flavors.
Close to the boss banga. This one now barricaded 10 times. Enjoy 10 times. times of every credit will be say you recharge. You go to get up to double your data recharge. It's for new and existing growth customers. New customers go get extra 1,000 bonus credit. So get your new Glow SIM today. Guys are 7. Enjoy 10 times of every credit will be say you recharge. You go to get up to double your data recharge. It's for new and existing growth customers. New customers go get extra 1,000 bonus credit. So get your new Glow SIM today. Guys are 777 hash.
Real friends are always there for you. Share all the good times together.
The long Alaba mixtape.
Never
Just the same. Like one DJ just playing the same beats. Different.
Yeah. Speaking of beats, was it last year you decided to dip the
your party of life. Your party of life.
Stay hydrated always with Aquafina Premium Drinking Water from the makers of Pepsi. Aquafina, E of life.
House of the Stalker presents the Stalker Laughter Crusade, The Untold.
My past anybody when go buy poison, call the way to collect change, never make up your mind to die.
Date Sunday, 7th August 2022. Venue, Eco Hotels and Suites. Tickets, altar tables, 4 million naira. Minister tables, 2.5 billion naira. Deacon tables, 1.5 billion naira. Elder seats, 25,000 naira. Congregation, 5,000 naira. Red carpet show, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Main door opens at 8:30 p.m. For inquiries, please call 0810-296-2399 or 0813-845-4513. Ticket outlets, all Case Place outlets and all Booker Hot outlets.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. You had a story?
Yes, the major headline in yesterday there was Senate agencies in the country, and the Senate President, Dr. Ahmed Lawan, kept bemoaning the state of insecurity across the country, saying that nowhere is now safe. including Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. That this is becoming very frightening. Nowhere to go. There's nowhere to hide. It's affecting everybody, crippling our economy. And so he went ahead to say that there's been a lot this administration has done concerning insecurity, but yet we're not seeing it. That the legislative have given all the support to the executive to ensure that the security issues are solved, but yet we're not getting benefit or the dividends of everything that has been spent. And he went to compare what has happened since 1999 and how this administration has done better in terms of insecurity. So he is calling on the security agencies to ensure that they all work together. They need to sit up because this is beginning to affect everybody.
Really painful. On now to Daily Sun. Senate moves to stop insecurity. Imo CP orders probe into killing of 67 security guards. Abia records 3 cases of monkeypox. Government warns residents. FG justifies 1.4 billion naira car purchase in Niger Republic. Nigeria leads in global malaria deaths, says WHO. Gunmen shoot AIG, kill orderly and journalist died in Kaduna. ASUU strike, Nans asked Buhari to sack education minister. Protests as abductors kill Lautech students. About that earlier. We have no preferred candidate in Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, says INEC. Okay, I've taken Abia. Okay, which story are we taking, Daily Sun? Monkeypox, yes.
Monkeypox. According to the state's legislation, says that they had 3 cases and 2 of them recovered rapidly. Said that they're contact tracing collection of some testing. Those cases confirmed their state. The opportunity to ask all the usual protocols should be observed. The guidelines should be followed. Washing hands, staying away. People of the indigents of the state should do their part in preventing the spread of this.
The World Health Organization also just released a report, and it shows that Nigeria is leading in malaria deaths, 1.9%. Whereas Africa alone has about 220 million cases. That's had in 2020 accounts for 95% worldwide, and sadly 96% deaths worldwide. 4 African countries have been, where account for half of all the malaria cases in the world and deaths in the world, and Nigeria is leading that. Anyway, the DG of World Health Organization confirmed this report and says that when COVID came, it really affected some of the work on malaria across Africa. They are back on, sure that they change this, do all that needed, all the strategy and everything that is needed to bring about the progress in the fight against in 2022.
National Association hands to sack the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, over what they described as gross incompetence. Now, the NANS president, Sunday Asefo, statement yesterday had said that the minister is showing a lot of ineptitude, failure to resolve this strike that the ASUU has been carrying all along since February 14, and that they are saying now that he lacks the capacity required to manage such an important mission. And he has also shown over the years that he doesn't have adequate knowledge of that office, and showing that there's no empathy at all concerning the plight of Nigerian students. And so they're calling on the president to relieve him of his duty and find someone who's more capable to handle that, saying that ASUU has gone on strike cumulatively for 18 months since Adamu has been.
Right. I was going to take the story about the terror that happened in Kaduna. So 2 things happened. First, the AIG, that's the Assistant Inspector General of Police of Audu Madaki, I think he's from the Zone 12 Police Command, shot in the leg. Thankfully, he did not die, but the spokesperson said that he's alive, that yet to get the full details of what happened and how the assailants had attacked him. Similarly, that same Tuesday night, a family was attacked. So Mr. Let me get the name right. Mr. Daniel Yatai was killed, the father of Philip Yatai. So according to the story, gunmen entered their house about 11 p.m. at night, shot through the window and killed father, came in, shot him and finished him up, according to what the paper said. Went away with one of their daughters, one of the daughters, 21-year-old Brenda, who is also a student of the Niger Polytechnic. And then they got back to the family saying that they wanted 15 million naira ransom to be able to release Brenda, who is currently custody the abductors. This is same terror going around in Kaduna State. Kaduna is like really not a safe place right now. Moving on now quickly to Vanguard. Security in Nigeria no longer attractive for FDI State Senate. PDP crisis festers as pro-Wike BOT members boycott board and NWC meeting. NBA vs. Olanipekum, Kumbi Ogunde takes leave of absence from legal practice over the letter to SIPEM. Same fake ticket, those on trial for corruption, now new voice of Christianity, says Oshomali. 2023 Muslim ticket slap on the faces of Christians, says Bishop Baptist Conference. Effiong's imprisonment, NBA threatens to drag Akwa Ibom CJ to NJC. Kaduna Varsity defies ASUU strike, resumes 2020-2021 second semester. Yeah, okay, which story?
Let's be a story. So, Mem of Olanipeku has had a lawyer Kumbi both visiting for brief to a company called Sale Payment Company. And in that brief, some compromising comments according to her, which were statements that were wrongly concluded, or wrong conclusions were reached from the statement in her letter, suggesting that, you know, they could sort of arrange something for that firm in an abusive way. She has decided to step down from practice. She says she's going on a leave of absence to practice. This is because this issue has affected herself psychologically, so affected her founder of the firm, as well as, you know, members of the firm. It has bred bad blood and brought great pain, thoroughly embarrassed the founder of the firm and herself. It's because of that she'll be stepping down. Said that this matter was, you know, also blown out of proportion by me. The impact of it affected them. But in the same vein, the MBA had written and they're asking that LPDC investigates this issue. Also asked that the Olanipeku is down to unbiased investigation.
Kaduna State University resumed the second semester of the 2020 academic session for their undergraduates as a result of this strike that is happening. They said the resumption is for the continuation of the second semester examination suspended because of the ASUU strike. Now, according to the VC, he's saying that the school does not have any industrial dispute with the local branch of ASUU. There's no need to keep the students at home, and he's warning that there will be severe consequences for students who do not resume and lecturers do not resume.
Good news. All right, let's go on a quick break. When we come back and move on to our hot topic of the day, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Love you. Right back.
Living for more than 30 years in Switzerland has exposed me to some comfort of life that makes me think perhaps.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Flash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Thanks for staying with us. So Christmas came early for Niger Republic. In the bid to tackle insecurity, our president of the Federal Executive Council meeting came up with the idea to purchase 1.4 billion naira worth of cars, not just cars, luxury cars, to help our Western neighbor. Minister of Finance Budget Planning Zainab Ahmed gave this confirmation, explaining that providing intervention in Niger Republic is not new. Prerogative, President approved such a purchase. If I watch the clip when she was being asked questions concerning this, she kept using the word, President made an assessment. She kept using the word assessment. I'm thinking, our president has told us he's tired, making assessments. He's old and he's making assessment concerning stuff like this. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is in line with I'm trying to find the right word so I don't come across, do you think it's right? Let me just make it simple. For him to approve 1.4 billion, especially because we can't present assessment. He has approved this purchase. What are your thoughts on this?
I thought our president had a little care for the Nigerian people. I thought he did. But with every step, with every action, it's becoming clearer to me, personally. These are my personal views, that I don't think this president is taking us serious. I don't think he understands the magnitude of what the Nigerian populace is going through. I don't think he even has a glimpse of the situation of the average Nigerian. We have a lot of issues. ASUU is on strike. We don't have resources to attend to them. We constantly have dollar increment, inflation is hitting everybody. Kerosene, I read it in the papers yesterday, has increased. The common man who relies on as simple as kerosene to cook their meals, which we even know is not even healthy, now they may not even be able to afford it. We have issues. Our health care is, there's nothing happening right like we expected, like this administration promised that they were going to, you know, salvage most of the situations they met on ground. They have left it worse than they met it. And I hear that we have money to give another country. I've never seen a father who will leave his children hungry and go and be feeding another person, and go and be feeding another woman's children, except you have an interest. What is the president's interest in that country? Okay, we need to probe that. All the people who, I don't believe president just made a directive and people moved. Who are those people who are supposed to look at the, is it not the National Assembly, review the budget and look at it and say, okay, this works and this does not work? Did they close their eyes? Were they lobbied into signing this? Or do you tell me that it's the government's, it's the president's personal money that he used for this country? What is between President Muhammadu Buhari and this Niger Republic? He has to tell us.
Let me hear your thoughts, your initial thoughts on this. What are your thoughts?
No.
Especially because we are big brother, remember? The big brother Nigeria.
Yeah, so at first I was going to say, you know, really I don't have any outrage left in me when it comes to our issues. Desensitized to it. I'm like, I know you wake up one morning and you hear one thing, you hear the, you know, worse. So I want to look at it a different way. Let me just try and see if I could, you know, guess what they were thinking. So first of all, I know foreign aid, Nigeria, we get foreign aid from the United States, you know, so, and we understand that foreign aid
You're trying so hard.
Yes, I'm trying hard. So, let me go. So, I'm just guessing. Nigeria, big brother, as we say. Niger is our very close neighbor. And we've seen pictures of our very porous border between Niger and Nigeria. And a lot of us, we see a lot of Nigerians within our communities. So, there's just really free movement. And if there's free movement of their citizens, there's also fear of free movement of terrorist bandits across our country. So I know that Niger, Chad, Cameroon were all in this fight against terrorism and banditry together. So Nigeria, being the big brother, is likely to put some money aside, you know, towards foreign, aid, humanitarian aid, military aid, like that, like the same way we receive from America. It's just that, I don't know, did this pass through the budget? Because this is something that would have passed through the budget. We would have been aware of it. We have looked at budgets every year it comes out. And I don't remember seeing this particular amount. And the second thing is what it was budgeted for luxury cars. It's not a Tucano, it's not Tucano jets we're talking about. We're talking about, I think I heard there are Land Cruiser vehicles that were bought this money. So in what way are we helping them militarily or to fight terrorism with those cars? So, you know, it makes no sense in that regard. So, really hard, you know, for Nigeria to explain this. I would really like to hear how this monies that we have put aside to Niger, we've given Niger, is going to impact us.
Right. Let me come to Nima, because Nima, I mean, there's this, people are asking, because BC asked, what's our president's interest? People are saying, is our president from Niger? I mean, maybe you are really from, maybe you're a Nigerian, because there have been various arguments saying that what is it about Niger? Because you are also building a train. Yes, you never finish that train. No? Is it from Kaduna? I'm not sure which state. Kano to Niger Republic. Now you are giving them 1.7 billion. And you're thinking to yourself, what is this our interest in the Niger Republic?
So I've seen the Obasanjo at the time seated Bakassi. That just sort of just allowed it happen without any protest. Whose ancestral home was said right here. Then this one, we know up north they have ancestral, you know, common certain tribes in it. We had it read over time. The Fulanis, even they share and they intermarry a lot. So that can be excused. But in this one, considering that train, so when he started that project of the train, what came to mind is that we're still serving our colony. We're still putting our trade routes to serve them. We're still, you know, borrowing and committing and our sovereignty, he questioned it for me. But this 1-point-something billion naira, this one is the height. We have a budget deficit, we're borrowing to service. We have a debt servicing deficit, we're borrowing to do service. We have a budget deficit, we're borrowing to meet up. We have ASUU on strike, we cannot meet up that demand. We have our oil, we are importing the final product of what God has blessed us with. And we are, paying subsidy, we are borrowing to pay it. And we have insecurity, we are fighting. We have to come on ground, we cannot meet it. But the president, in his magnanimity, according to the Minister for Finance, Budget and Planning, in his generosity and in his own wisdom,
and his own assessment. I wish you could that clip.
Yes, he says that, for security, they had to buy luxury cars.
Imagine that.
They did not buy Hilux. They did not buy APCs. They did not buy Tucano jet, like Miriam said. They did not buy that for DJ, because if we had seen it was a military equipment that was being bought or a military aiding vehicle, you will know that their aim is, of course, because we know this war is coming from the Sahel. This swap is from the Sahel. We are facing Boko Haram, and that area that leads to the Sahel, which is through DJ, will be what we are beefing up. I will understand it. I've made sense of it. I know.
Let's not forget something. I just realized that there's also a 30 billion that the federal government approved for the construction of 2 roads in Sokoto and Jigawa, connecting Nigeria's borders with Niger Republic.
Hey, again, no.
We are now Niger Republicans.
Was Amechi who was Minister for Transport, who tried to defend the train. And what they said was that it was for trade. And that when trade was coming, it would mean that our ports here will become active. It makes sense. But if you look at it, who's trade?
The cars are for the trade.
Muraya, who's trade? Who's trade? Who's trade? How come we are the ones with the resources? And countries who don't have our own resources, like all the countries in Africa, are the ones whose currencies are strong. In Britain, they produce. I beg, make somebody educate me. People should continue serving colonial masters. God is watching all of
you. There's something fishy. I'll keep saying
I will tell you where the fish is.
Our president with his own mouth says, I can't wait to next year. And yet, in this tiredness, he's making an assessment.
This assessment was done in February. Maybe then he wasn't tired.
I think I'm going by the Minister of Finance's words. And in his own wisdom. Giving these guys 1.4 billion. Let's go on a break. Let's take open our phone lines. Hey, your thoughts. Maybe we are wrong. Hey, Nigeria's a big brother. Maybe we have more money than we think. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With News Bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Go! The TVC Staff Creche Baby Lounge team of professionals are here to help take a load off your mind. The TVC Staff Creche is a nursing mom support system, toddler's safe haven, and a young learners academy throughout the year. It's comfortable, convenient, and with competitive pricing for the modern parent. So, while they learn through play, you can go about getting your pay. The TVC Staff Creche, open to the public from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Thanks for staying with us. So let's look at this on the flip side. So I got a message here from one that says that Nigeria is Africa's center of foreign policy. That's why we are responsible for many other countries. And you give an example of ECOMOG that happened. We were responsible, and that was one of the proudest moments of Nigerians, because we were there to support as big brother indeed, because we had the resources at the time. And aside from that, we've even seen former President Obasanjo going to different countries, supporting in different ways financially. But in this situation, they used 1.4 billion to buy 10 naira, to buy 10 vehicles.
Luxury vehicles.
That's over 100 million
each,
yeah,
maybe.
Each.
Yeah.
So
luxury.
How is this fighting insurgency?
Fantastic.
It's really important.
So if you want to be responsible, you will be responsible with sense and common sense. If you don't have it, that's why you're supposed to have your consultants and advisors in your cabinet that will tell you, Oga, I know that you have made your special assessment and you have seen that these people need so and so. But what exactly are they going to be using luxury cars for? These cars, do they have a bulletproof in the first place? Who is going to be fighting insurgency or criminality with a luxury car? What is the need for it? Secondly, even if you had to buy a certain kind of car, depending on the need of this country you want to help, what happens in Why don't you patronize your
Thank
own
you.
people
And create employment.
and create employment?
Just drive the motor there.
Exactly.
That
So
1.5
you're supporting.
That 1.5 billion.
We'll
pay
come
it
back.
innocent.
Exactly. We'll come back to the country. So you're supporting and you're growing your economy. That's how a sensible government goes on with that kind of thing. I want the civil societies. Serap, where are you?
They don't. Now Serap they shout. Serap say we want the money back. Serap is speaking already.
Suing.
Not today.
Wait. It's not saying that today. It's going to start somewhere. We need to start suing this
We're all talking. That's what I'm
for
saying.
inappropriate actions.
Yeah.
We will sue. Let the justice system, the government, now people sue the
but
government.
listen,
Let the justice system.
The job right now, because there are 3 arms, right?
Okay.
So let the second arm, the legislature, the National Assembly, begin to probe this. Where did the money come from? Because I don't think it came through them.
Who
and if it
signed
did,
the money?
so that's why we have them for
probe
checks
it,
and
they
balances.
signed the money.
Yes.
Let him to be as. Didn't he arrest Dasuki for security? Up to a lot of this president not go and I'm tired. I'm kidding. Why should declare any health issue?
Let me take this call from the UK.
Quickly.
I'll come to you. Let me take this call. Good morning. Are you there? Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, I wish you got a message to us in you. What I'm going to say about this is that they said charity is so. I'm happy you are coming to you. Please, when you arrive here, I want you to visit Nigeria.
I can't hear him. Okay. Okay, thank you. Right, so
Nima was going to say something. Not just the giving out the money. Found out.
Aha, it was leaked.
So Nigeria had whatever policy. Whether we played our role in the common hidden. None of this was shrouded in secrecy.
God bless you.
It was public document. There was disclosure.
Yeah.
Somebody released this on Twitter.
Hey.
That's how we know. And the thing is just, and they are catching crews over the thing on Twitter.
Been a secret.
In a state where there's law and order, the fake should have sat over it. What we'll be doing towards security, we're providing so amount for them to drive BB car. Niger Republic, maybe if all of them drive BB car, no problem with. You know, let us know. Let Nigerians debate it. Let us say this is not our priority now. Can you move this money to our most demanding priority now, which is ASUU? Can we allow students go back to school so people are engaged?
Resident doctors don't have hazard allowance.
We know that now a cost of egg is now 2,500 for crate. We think that is our economy that is priority. We'll move the money. Oh, innocent. Who will in turn employ Nigerians people. And develop more parts. And certain businesses will grow here, and then you.
So if David Udeyi did not release this, we wouldn't know about this. Let me take this call from Port Harcourt. Good morning, sir. David, I believe. Calling. Richard, I do apologize. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you.
Bless you too,
God
sir.
bless you. God bless you. 100 times every day. In fact, it just spoke my mind, and that is actually the why I wanted to call. So, this can be strategic, right? It was innocent vehicle that, at least TVC has been promoting, and I want to give you thumbs up for that. If you take innocent vehicles there, and you send a team of diplomats to negotiate, maybe setting up of innocent warehouse or showroom or something to promote it. The money is in Nigeria, and you are creating more capacity for Nigerians, and you are creating jobs. Also, the president, look, we need to check this thing. Are you sure he's not mistaking Nigeria for Nigerians? We need to check. It sounds very funny, but we need to really check that his mental capacity in that regard. We are building railway to Niger.
Thank you, Mr. Rich. Let me try to be on the president's side.
Only how depressed two of you are trying to be on the government side.
Listen. Let me, because I would like to believe president's our father, great-grandfather, and he's a good man. So, he has our interest at heart. So, the truth is that...
May I go? So, foreign countries does it that seem like they can afford to hit that do it. Something that both their major parties do often. Nigeria is not the only country that will be giving aid from a of a budget deficit. America does it all the time, it's in debt as well. It's just that, you know, as hard as I'm pushing this, it's luxury cars we're talking about. You know, it's not arms and ammunition. It's not kitting their military. It's not that we are adding our soldiers to theirs and we're talking about training their soldiers, training their military. So that's what's so hard. And the second one is that it seemed like it was done in, you know, in secret. We're not meant to find out, you know, until an investigative journalist let us know. But whether we like it or not, there's the fact that we have that military relationship there with Chad, with Cameroon, and our countries have to fight together. And sometimes, maybe it's compensation for something that they had done for us. Maybe it's compensation for some bandits and terrorists that were coming to our country. I'm not saying that's what they said to me. I'm just using my own brain.
It's true now.
That, you know, for doing this, this is some form of compensation that we're giving you. Apart from that, really, I would love to hear from the president, to hear what his assessments were, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that we can, you know, continue on this line of conversation.
That's logical, because listen, you want maybe the JTF guys that done so much work. And say, you know, let me give you some product.
Because 1.5 billion as a country is not the 1.4 as a country is not so big.
Dekule is calling from Ibadan. Good morning, are you there? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, he's there. Hello.
For having me.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, so national. And the question asked is that Nigeria is a big answer. But the first girls kind of entropy. By the National Assembly. It is of a country that determines the Supreme Court justice have official vehicles that have gone to purchase luxury SUV experience. The luxury to probably by their government officials. So when the National Assembly assumes from their research, we demand an investigation. And the other point, you know, is this have been and so much. So it's only very and king. I'm from I have kids and kings. I have been in Ghana. When Pastor John was president, there was this Ahmadu Obama spoke him out from Benin Republic, and that led to, you know, the end of cross-border carjacking and robbery. So
thank you very much, Mr. Dekule. Thinking about this civilian JTF that we had, I remember we had a lot of success in the borders because we had that relationship with the Niger Republic. So this might be part of. This may be part of.
My mom sent a message. Says maybe Nigeria are part of kidnapped by and the money ransom paid. Because I guess people are trying to understand why you would want to give them that sort of money.
From our own effort. Joint relief effort was done with the late whatever leader, was it the head of state had in Nigeria at the time, who joined us and for results.
Yes.
And they were fighting us. He went to war against this war. Now, what the caller said about reciprocation, most of these African countries really do not reciprocate.
And the resources
I will explain. Yeah. When this swap is coming, they come through the Sahel. We are the last country at the end of the map, if you look at the map. But how did they reach here?
They just move in without any limit and come in and kidnap us on the train and put our people in an area and start to discuss issues and say that they're negotiating something.
Some of these countries are poor and need resources.
We are also poor right now. That's the honest truth.
Poor, as a matter of fact.
We are poor so that students are sitting at home. We cannot afford ordinary 1 trillion naira for ASUU. We can't afford that. Poor. So really, it is from our abundance that we can be generous, and we don't have that abundance right now. Everything is tight in bed. Even mouth, we are tightening. All of us, we seem to be dieting.
All right, let me take Idris.
Excuse me.
Good morning, Idris. Are you there? Good morning, Idris. Are you there?
In addition to what about just beyond security threats, what about just for knowing particularly we share, not and share the Republic. Now, again, heads of policy, we can't deny the fact 2000. The next
that is why the country keeps imploding. What is happening in different areas is a form of implosion. Because we have people who are agitating for certain needs. How did this banditry start? They needed some things that the president promised them. Good health care. Quality education, a good environment. Those were basic needs that an ordinary human being is entitled to in any country. And the government failed to give it to them. And they have taken arms and criminality. I'm not giving an excuse for that, but they had a basis for what they are doing today. And yet, you are considering other countries. You cannot keep doing things the same way and expect a different result. If you clean up your house, ensure that some things are working, and even if you say, okay, we have a little spare here, let's see what we can do for those other countries, they would even better appreciate what you're doing. I travel to African countries all the time. They have no value for Nigerians. We sit here and we talk about how Ghana is treating Nigerians in their country. We sit here and talk about how South Africans are treating Nigerians in their country. I've gone to Botswana, they have no respect for Nigerians. And that is the truth. Because they have realized that the so-called Big Brother is not by brute force or by population. It's about how you are able to steady your economy so that other people can look up to you. That's what makes you a Big Brother.
I like to argue that a bit because I think Nigerians are well respected.
I hear you.
I don't want to make that general.
I hear you. I've been to the countries I called, though. I did not hear from outside.
I'm just saying
and I have people in those countries.
I know there are people who respect. I think we're one of the smartest black people in the world, black nation in the world. So I don't want us to generalize ourselves. However, well, another thing this matter brings for how power is right in one man. That is like, I don't understand how me, I am president. Okay, you 1.5 billion, go and give it to buy this one.
Father Christmas.
Doesn't that affect us?
Yes, but also it brings to question the minister. I cannot question him.
Yeah,
so I'm asking, what are the ministers meant to do? Yes, if you cannot question yes, I know you're an appointee, but you're also like an advisor.
Yeah.
So that's why even when our economy is crumbling, sometimes we call out the minister for finance, we call out the CBN governor. We're saying you're not putting the policies. We know that you have an orga, but you are the one in charge of this. Yes. And so if your orga is going a certain way, we're expecting that you're advising your orga to do this right. And in the case, and in the case where he refuses to take the right steps consistently, and you know it would affect your reputation, and you resign and say, because my stance and my values do not, they are not in tandem with the president at this time, I've decided to excuse myself from carrying out this duty. Then you bring, you bring integrity to yourself and to your name, because this administration will come and go, but your legacy will live forever.
But that is why leaders try to bring in people that they know they can control. The people that don't know they can.
It's good to take strength compared to. I go back. I not do it. I go back. So she called out when they wanted to shared the sovereign wealth fund. She said, I do not support this. She advised the president against it at the time. They continue to argue. All the governors, she put out everything that is the governors, led by Amechi at the time. All of them asking that we share this money. Nobody can call her out. And she put it out there. And she even at some point suggested, I would stop. I will step down. Yes. Let's move to Dora. Dora, everything that, was threatening her position as the NAFDAC boss. She came from a place of strength. She had nothing to fear. So she would say, I will not approve this. I went to these countries are so and therefore banned. And government will say, we have some relationship with them. We have traces. They are giving us loan, like China. She called out their drugs standard. She called out India. She did the right thing. And she also put the option, I will step down if it's no longer working for me. They moved her from there to One Information, Nigerian Clinic Company.
And she called that.
And she still continued to do her job. So I don't want a person to take a job from a place of where I say, I'm helpless. There's also the for me, cars. 10 cars on our buy you.
10, 1.4 billion. Please do the division. How much is
140?
Divided by 10, that's 140.
As the motor don't reach 140 million. When I want to buy motor now.
Hey, you not buy this, so you buy a small.
I want, sincere, I want. Come and give me an arrangement. Because, to buy a car now.
I thought it was about 70 million or something for land.
No,
the land cruiser. I think it was about 70 or 80 million.
There's some specs and stuff.
The dollar rates too.
Dollar rates affect the account I want to donate, and you people do not rethink it. That's why. Let me just sit down. This matter. I'll be watching with
Yakub, are you there? 140 million.
Please help us.
You're live.
How much is it?
I don't know.
God.
I don't. Is there the tenacity, the ability to read very well is just miss lot of. I give you people to say, especially Morayo. I don't know how managed you do it, but you did very well. I would say that Morayo, you see, one thing about this country is this: the corruption is on the move. See, after this 2023, whoever gets to that seat, I know a lot of people that work with this government are being at back of counter or in jail. Because let me say this, Morayo, if this very particular transaction does not pass through National Assembly, where the money comes from? Who appropriates the money? I didn't mean we have a National Assembly that is half Nigerian citizens at heart. They will call off their reflection and go back to National Assembly to put this very particular issue. That is just it. Then, I would say that, Morayo, we are talking about our economy is not doing well. That is to tell you, imagine the kind of Minister of Finance that we have that cannot look eyeball to his master, to tell his master that, oh, come, sir, they are not doing well, I'm not going to do this. If you fail to abide by my heart, because I'm a professional in terms of finance, and then I'm advising you, and then you don't want to take that, I'm resigned. Look at what she said. She said she cannot
I lost it. All right, let's take a few comments on social media, but I guess...
Well, also, because David, there you wrote a lot of link presents generous...
yes.
So we're saying how many more such transactions were approved that he had to release?
That we don't know.
In the course of trial, suddenly somebody will just... I don't understand, because we're trying to say... This man siphoned. And we're saying now 1.4 of the money for the president ordered to be.
Many people are we still have these Kaduna victims. They've been kidnapped, not able to pay their ransom. Everybody that comes out says it was their own family that paid. Government has not paid 1 naira, but they're paying 140 billion to buy a car for a Nigerian. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's take a few comments. Let me go on a break. I think come back and take. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Okay, we're going to wrap up on this conversation. So let's not make it a whole day topic, but let us take a few comments.
So Praise Olatunbosun says, good morning, ladies. I think it's a bad idea. Even in generosity, the people of Niger do not need luxury cars. They need some other thing. Our government has no justification giving them such cars. Chidi Obiuku says, Nigerian constitution on the president is too much. The president needs to bring down its power. Buhari does anything without thinking of Nigerians.
That hear Miriam? Life in that it won't happen. Gabriel says America and UK give that country. They do it, but when they do it, it's always attached to logical to the extent that Nigeria bought warwares and still tell us how to use them.
True.
Good. Someone says 1.4 billion for the purchases of 10 SUVs for Niger Republic, but ASUU is still like, so you don't want to pay ASUU, and you preach and buy and sell made in Nigeria car. Why not contract to the job?
Let's take a few more.
Vincent says, sad here when people claim PDP responsible for Buhari's 8 years. Buhari is insensitive to the plight of Nigerians.
Okay, I have to wrap up. I think for me, one of the high points of my career, I hope, be to interview Buhari one-on-one. So let me not be too. Let me not yab too much. But the point is, I think it would be foolish for us to think that this was some kind of a gift, because I think there's so much more to this conversation that we even understand. We don't know, because if we're aiding somebody because of insurgency, talk about weapons, talk about ammunition, talk about kitting, as you said, not SUVs. Something more to it that we're yet to find out. So I would like to put it forward to David Daniel, whoever else is in this, to let's probe further and see what exactly is the issue. Who are these SUVs going to?
Have they received
it? Who's driving it? What exactly is the need? So let's be clear, because we're not really sure of what this is about.
So just because I was thinking
President Buhari, in his first term, his agenda was about climate change and recovering the Lake Chad River basin. He says that because drought is what is pushing cattle rearers inwards, and they brought about the cattle and farmers, herder and farmers clashes, that one of the solutions would be to dredge or something to cover the water at the Lake Chad River. What happened? These were other countries that were to benefit from not secure what we invested there. If that area had been recovered as he had proposed, and they said he would have ensured that farming continued up north, all those countries too benefit from it. What did they do? They sat down, nothing. Then you look at all of that that you have gone, that has gone down the drain. Say 1 point. Give your friends.
All right, we have to wrap up on this. Thank you very much. So that's all we can take on this segment. We just hope, I personally would like to believe the president understands what he's doing and the interest of our country. And I really hope in the next few days or few weeks, see the reason why, hopefully. But also would like the National Assembly to probe this when they resume. Where did the money come from? Please follow the money. That's the least you can do. Let's go on a break. When we come back, move on to other topics. It's Thursday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Love you. Right back.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Thanks for staying with us. So the ladies of Your View will lend their voice to the story of the 39-year-old physically challenged Nigerian man, Alika, who was killed and strangled to death by an Italian man in Italy, while bystanders stood there looking and did nothing. They filmed the event in broad daylight without any apparent attempt to intervene. The report was also claimed that the Italian man has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. His wife has been crying for justice, as the wife of the deceased has been crying for justice, because according to her, the pain is too much, and she's fearful that this might be swept under the carpet. Since this report came out, the conversation has started. Many people have come out to condemn this act, and even the chairman of NIPCOM, the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, has also come out to say that the Nigerian Commission is working with the Italian government to ensure that the man who has been arrested, that justice indeed will be served. But beyond that, Nigerians living abroad always bring this kind of issues to bear, because it's important for us to remind ourselves how important it is to have strong international relations so that we can protect our citizens abroad. What are your thoughts? I mean, so far I know the chairman of NIPCOM had told us that man has been arrested, which is a good thing. They're claiming he's bipolar, but she also said that they're trying to see if the wife can be compensated. Yeah. So with a job, you know, and justice will be served and give us something to at least to make ends meet, because the man was begging, according to the story. Do you think this will be enough? Your thoughts?
The murderer. Because I tell this story. This man wasn't. He's lived with his wife and always worked. An accident led to him using crutches on one of his legs. And so he started to sell scarves. The murderer, in this case, murdered him in broad daylight. He was working with his girlfriend. He approached them to buy the lady to buy a scarf. He said, I don't need a scarf. Normal, what's it called?
Assistance.
Persuasive marketing. Bargaining. So he continued to say, buy a scarf, or you give me something, can't you see? Using his disability to approach her, and then bam. Person took the crutch from him, started on him, punched him, decapacitated him. Before you knew, the people were making videos in broad daylight. Now, there are several angles to this, and how this encourages, you know, this racism and the continuous effect of it. We had 2 weeks or 2 months ago, or a month ago, about the 2 Nigerians that were murdered in Canada. Before you know, this now becomes a trend. This is why I wanted us to lend a voice, because when it is a black man who kills somebody, or an Arab is a terrorist, the wicked person, he doesn't have any mental issues. The first defense when it's a white man or in their own country becomes bipolar is mentally deranged. Start to reduce the consequence of the broad daylight murder. What you get at the end of the day is that they give him a few years, he goes and comes out, and they wipe it off his record, and he continues to live freely. This then starts a trend that is okay. Once the skin color changes, to land somebody in the afternoon in broad daylight in anybody's country and start to kill them.
Right, so we've seen Italians come out to protest. I mean, many of them have come out criticizing this murder, obviously. So it's, I don't want it to look as if the entire community is in agreement with what happened. So many have come out and said this is condemnable. What are your thoughts? Because they just don't feel totally protected.
Who are the Italians that are protesting, and who were the ones standing there and taking a video? I just don't get it. How is it that it was just normal for them to just be looking at broad daylight while another person? We have seen in America where they say a police person put someone down. You see people all around. I don't know. They don't have sticks that they throw at someone if they're afraid for their own lives. Is there no stick you can bang the other one, you know, on the back? Or is it just because it's a black man? Or is it because it's just a black man and it's, you know, it's okay for that to go away? See, they've done their worst, and I'm really so heartbroken and so sorry for his wife and his family. But this is where Nigeria has to show that. This, when we want to show Big Brother, this is where you show Big Brother. This is where you will make sure that justice is properly served. If he's bipolar, how many Italians has he killed before he killed this Nigerian? Do you understand how many, what treatment has he been getting? Is he a bipolar man on the loose, going about killing people, and then when it comes to the Nigerians, okay, so for me, there must be, it's a lot more than compensation. In fact, that we're already talking about compensation so early into this case is annoying, meaning that is what they want to do. Quickly, let's compensate her and shut this down. Make sure that that man goes to prison for a very long time, or whatever their maximum sentence for murder is in that country. It's just so wrong and unfair. And Nigeria needs to take a very strong and firm stand, so that not only Italy and all the other countries in Europe and America will understand that in Nigeria we don't accept you killing our people and going away scot-free.
According to their news report, it says that this 32-year-old Falazzo was recently the psychiatric hospital citing in court in his hometown Salerno, and the investigating judge quoted Falazzo's lawyer as saying that he had apologized and made it clear that there was no racial motivation. That's him. So we understand how in the courts you can always make these claims just to reduce the sentencing. However, do you think the Italian government can do more, especially to the Nigerian government, to show that, listen, this matter will be treated fairly so that justice indeed is served? Because I are seeing it right now.
As they feel, sort of heat the Nigerian government gives to them. If they explain to us and we just pack our bag and say, okay, shake hands, all right, since we're going to be compensating them because we want to quickly rush down to our country and mind our business, they would take it lightly. But if the Nigerian government puts their foot down and insists that this is a criminal offense, whether it's bipolar or not bipolar, this is a criminal offense, first of all, so that we take out the issue of racism, because this smells to me like a form of racism. Now, when it comes to the bystander standing, this has become a global problem. It's not just in that country. Even in Nigeria, we see people burning tires and everybody just pick up their phone. Bakam, bakam. They are watching. It's safer or more interesting for them to do a live and post it on their page than getting into the crossfire to help the person who is being maimed. So it's a global problem. And it's what we need to begin to deal with. The sort of education we need to begin to give to people to say that when you see an injustice right in front of you, step in. If you cannot step in, scream and get security agencies to step in and not just stand and, you know, watch. Then when you're done, everybody's posting on social media and we're not able to do things right. Now, also, there's a lesson I have picked from here. You know the way we behave when we are in marketplaces. You are meeting somebody to buy something and the person says no. You know, we don't know how to accept no. This is a lesson. Wherever you are, whether it's in this country, outside this country, when somebody says no, give them space, because this is more like an excuse now. Because I said no, you kept pushing and I just had to. That's when the bipolar took over. Most people are mad, though. That's the truth. Okay. Most people are mad. You really do not know when you will meet a mad person. This is something that could have been avoided.
But no, see, when crimes happen, they always say, wasn't there CCTV? On camera, you would think that immediately there will be a CCTV camera on the street somewhere to know exactly if it was premeditated.
He's around to where I was arrested.
As a murderer.
Also, he took off the phone of the victim. He beat and killed him. He promoted him.
So he's a thief.
Yes, on top of it. So this is a clear case. I would love that Nigerian government, if we can hold a watching brief on, try as much as possible to put every effort of theirs to raise a mental defense in.
Mental defense is everybody raises it.
No, because if you don't visit your friend inside mental home abroad, you can claim you have visited the mental home.
You have him.
What we need is that if you cannot establish a history of that mental.
Who did he kill before then?
Apart from saying it was recent. I know, you know, for everything I get depression. Everybody have depression. Right now with the 1.4B, all of us are depressed.
Depression came immediately on this.
So we want to know whether it's that type of bipolar.
But you
or that there's a real history and a possibility. Dr. Miriam said, how many Italians did he beat in primary school, secondary school in his bipolar state? Who has he attempted to kill before? That is of his own.
But also, we need to also look at the victim. The victim was very vulnerable. This is physically. See, I'm saying that the victim himself was vulnerable. He could do that. I get what you're saying about giving people space, but there's no justification or rationalization for what he did. And I feel that with someone like that, it wasn't about that he was asked. If you're in a public place and someone is in your space, you get up and you leave that person. The physically challenged man, how fast would he have run after him? Yeah. He just did it because, one, whether they like it or not, it was easy target. He was black. He was physically challenged, just easy. And then he was standing there and all the other Italians were watching as a Nigerian was being killed. That was why he did it.
Also, I live in their culture by looking and not interfering. It's quite unfortunate that demand that is their way. Not if two people are fighting.
The person dies.
If two people of different physical strength are fighting, you still don't put hands. Okay, well, they didn't put hand, but he stole his phone off of him. What was his motive? So far,
the Nigerian government has done what they can do. Because right now, we need stronger foreign policy, definitely. But however, I think the government has done the best they can do. What else can you do?
No.
What else do you think the government can do? Because aside from ensuring or telling the Nigerian embassy there, the Nigerian Commission to ensure that justice is done, what else can you do?
Follow through. It's not just saying
they've already provided a lawyer to support.
Yes.
So what else can you
They
do?
need to fund this lawyer to support. Say we don't hear tomorrow that the lawyer did not have money again to go to court, and so they left the matter. They need to be on ground. All the resources. No, listen.
I
now.
think NIPCOM has actually done
The lawyer has to be a better lawyer, not charge and bill. That's one. Two, all the resources this lawyer needs. Nima is laughing. Sorry, my darling. All the resources this lawyer needs must be provided. Three, we must keep following through. There should be meetings had regularly with the justice system to find out where are we, what more can we do. We must see this to the end. The media also has a role to play. Let's not talk and forget about it. Let's follow up. From time to time, we can have
better follow up.
Yes, yes.
You know how CNN will go. The black man that killed the white man, they'll talk about it today. They'll talk about it 5 times in 24 hours. Then they'll talk about it 10 times in 48 hours. They'll keep it on the news forever until something was done. But the reason why they are keeping it in the news constantly is because there's something to report. So the lawyer has entered the court. The court has answered him. He has gone to get, there has to be something that we're also doing on the government side so that we are reporting. But we have to follow this.
We have forgotten Ekweremadu, for example, now.
What's forgotten Ekweremadu? We take his story every day.
Someone took his story yesterday.
So we need somebody to follow up with that story.
Don't forget
that one now.
This particular justice for Alika is important because
it's extremely important.
But I think what the NIPCOM chairman was trying to say, yes, they're demanding justice to be served, but they're also asking. So they've not offered compensation. They are asking, compensate this one. Because they need the woman needs something, a means of livelihood.
If it is part of their justice system, in some justice systems, I know it's very common in the Arab countries, monetary compensation is also paid for. It can be included. It can be justice if, in Arab countries also, where they call it D, I think, money for life.
Okay,
it can be paid.
If you know the only part about this compensation about, it comes across as if the life wasn't worth much, that we are quickly talking about compensation.
No, the money
is too early. Okay, so we have to wrap up on this because I think generally we've agreed that Nigerian government must follow through. Alika must not die in vain, and I think that's what the chairman of the NIPCOM has said clearly. Going to ensure, and also she mentioned about 2 Nigerians that died in Canada.
Yes,
she talked about that. Those 2 young,
as well.
We took that story to really. That also, they're working on that to ensure that justice is served because those 2 were murdered in cold blood at the nightclub. Really, really sad
because
story.
where is safe now?
Bubola says, notice to all overseas, all Nigerian fraudsters, cultists, and standing up for their bipolar. Have bipolar disorder. Kindly provide health assistance.
Like the one that happened in Dubai.
And healthy.
Those clowns are
due to their bipolar.
Okay, let's go on a break. Can we come? We have not discussed marriage and family and matters. What's going on? Nobody's snapping wife today. Let's go on a break. When we come back, go find a family matter. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh, wow. My typical day is filled with patience and, of course, traffic. And that's all part of the hustle and bustle of city life. But the real fun stuff, just settle down, catch up. All my favorite programs. Believe me, pure entertainment.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Entertainment to me means life, and of course it is my religion. Marimabu ga peskele, bajawon laya peskele, peskele, yeah, peskele. Entertainment in my world.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Entertainment means to me, as in Nigeria, as an Africa, is in our music, it's in our art, it's in our culture, it's in the Batadan.
You have something? Yeah, go ahead.
Countries don't regard us. Charity begins with Niger person. People on social media and World Wide Web, hoping others will help you praise what you yourself.
Oh, let me. Because that's what we do to ourselves. Yes, Nigeria is horrible in a lot of cases. Nigeria can be frustrating. As this news depressed every Nigerian, 1.4 billion for 10 cars. It's depressing. But there are ways you convey this message to the world. Constantly, and it's our easiest pastime when we're talking to our friends, when we travel, oh, it's just terrible, it's horrible. Of course, they're going to use that to treat you because your country doesn't treat you in any regard.
But so we say it like other countries don't bash their. I watch the American whatever. The regular people are constantly. They talk about different things. They're also allowed to be patriotic. You can be both. You can call them out on their bad behavior and still be patriotic to your country. You're bashing them. Well, I hate to use the word bash, but you're calling them and criticizing them because you want better. And I've seen other countries do the same.
But do we do that balance, Nimbarian? Can you categorically say that Nigerians do that balance?
Criticizing another person, there's constant balance. I mean, here we are today. Two of them were criticizing, two of us trying to balance.
If you ever try to balance in this, you say, oh, you are APC. Oh, they are paying you something. Oh, you are PDP. They are paying you something. Oh, you are connected to somebody. You cannot be a patriot in this country because they'll say you are learning from them. So they don't regard patriotism. They rather you bash because the reason why we're being celebrated on social media today because we yabbed Buhari this morning. Now we are celebrating. They're all praising us. Oh, fantastic! Well done, good. Because we are yabbing. Yeah. That's what Nigerians. Our natural mode is just bash. So once we bash on social media, they praise us. But once we try to be objective, they say, oh, they paid them.
All right, but aside that, I don't think that's the reason how constantly they are seeing the issues that we have, and they are seeing how government is responding to the issues that we have, and that's what they're taking. Not that we are sitting here to criticize the government. We are supposed to criticize the government. That's why we are here. And if we don't criticize the government wouldn't know how to do better. So it's how the government is reacting with all these debts that will show the people outside, you can't mess with a Nigerian. It's like you touching the hair on the head of an American. You know that their government will come after you. How do you represent us? How do you take care of your own people outside, not how your people are?
They get their own head. They have their own head.
I told you now, when I went to New York, the first TV station I watched was a panel like this, women constantly calling out governor, president at the time, Donald, insulting. It was heavy. I was like, yo, this is another your view. They do that within themselves. But when they go out, how does the government stand for them if anything happens? That's what But I have some comments here.
We also have Yahoo people that are out there.
Tell ourselves, gaslight ourselves.
Yeah.
Nigerians go on Twitter. This country, good. Even on this morning, yesterday when I was reading about the one, this country is negative.
Yeah.
And when you see anybody come from this America,
they are complaining.
They will tell you it's our God's own country. When they want to talk about their country to another country, don't steal their country. They can talk about it with you.
Yeah.
But every Nigerian that cross border come, somebody landed in Canada yesterday. Left, right, and center. The person that is watching him come in saying this one does not where to. Helpless. But nobody read it like that. Just went on that if Nami go fast like that, I just kept saying to myself, there's another form of colonialism. Why is nobody seeing it abnormal? The person watching him like that, take advantage of him, will be looking at it, he's happy. He's happy.
So that kind of person, pause for a second.
Listen,
that kind of person will enter a public restaurant and is excited. I'm from Africa. I'm Nigerian. Looking so happy and
in a country where you are 1%.
And then they're looking at you and say, "Oh my goodness, he's so grateful he's here."
Yeah.
And they see it in your countenance. They are so grateful that you're there.
My parents went on the Hajj in 2000, and when they returned, my mom. Nobody else in the world seems to have the same color. Small. How it is in the world. When you go there, you're shouting. Better kukuma pipe low when you land. Focus on what you are going. Your purchasing power is why you relocated. Focus on that purchasing power. Don't go there and loud noise and make noise and then we become what we experience in South Africa.
That's one. Don't go there and be a fraudster.
I say to them, home is a cost country. I'm coming from a cost place. Nigerians say these things all the time.
And when you just newly arrive like that, you first of all come with the bashing ready. You're ready to even denigrate the country totally. It's after you live there a long time, you now realize that, this place is not as... you're not able to compare both. And you still understand, okay, yes...
Everybody has
two countries populate our foreign people here. Indians and Lebanese. Never hear them tell you about them.
I have.
As tough as India is, I've never seen an Indian tell me India is a cost country, never to go back.
They show us in their movies anyway.
No,
I've actually had
they package their country in their movies
that address their issues. I've been binging on Indian movies. I have healthcare, different issues they address.
Nigerians do it too much. We do much, and we must tell ourselves. We want to be yes, we must tell ourselves that way.
Behave well, that's what we sell.
If you start well, you don't stand too well, I will push you off the road.
I understand, but I think every citizen of every country, we have that part. We call out our country. I've been in Dubai and an Indian woman was asking, where are you from? When I said Lagos, she was like, oh, I live there, some years back. I really love the place. And she compared it to their own capital. And she says it's so dirty and so hard. So everybody, yes, but I have met someone. The thing is, we're allowed to criticize our government because we want better. But it's not that these other people don't criticize their government. What they do that is deliberate, I think, in their movies and some of their, maybe on their media, their international media, because when you go to the local ones, you hear them talk about their government. They are deliberate about passing on a positive, patriotic message. So maybe we can do that on that level, but that would not stop us from calling out bad behavior locally.
But this is international media here now, is it not? So how do we now package the message?
This is local media.
But they watch it on DSTV. Yes, so how do we now package our message so that we present ourselves the way we are not?
Andrew Stratham says, LOL, if Mariah is coming to London, bring dried fish, dried shrimp, good Gary from my state, dried fish from BC's village.
So there's an update from Nightcom. 10 euros raised for family.
10 euros.
15,000 euros.
You and this. Auntie, please get this thing correct.
Sorry.
50. Auntie.
No verse. 15,000 family of the Thailand authority. The Nigerian community, they are also very actively involved, and they have another meeting today between the mission and the Italian officials on this one.
Well, we stick together. You see, another part of it is that Nigerians, when we want to be patriotic, when we live abroad, when we go out, we are more patriotic eventually.
Yeah.
Because you see the bigger picture. Yeah. You see other communities, the Chinese, see how they're together. You now begin to think, okay, you now suddenly become proud of being a Nigerian because now you feel like you want to project who you are. Doesn't mean that you pack your load, but the point is that I like the fact that the Nigerian community, Italy, are coming together to support this woman. Not just that, what is more important is for us to see justice being served. So we know that the lawyers use all sorts of technicalities to get this man a shutter, to limit his sentence, also to get him off. But what we would like NIB to ensure is, just like you said, get a correct lawyer.
A correct
to do the job, not a...
Charge and bail. Nima will beat me after the show.
Not one of those lawyers that will say, sorry, we accept whatever it is that we did. Yeah. Let's take a few comments and we run off. I think that's all we can take on the show today.
So I want to appeal to our YouTube fans. They're always fighting themselves, always disagreeing with each other's views. Fight less so that I can get comments to read.
Let me see something. The show, and what I love about this show, is that we've been able to gather women with different views. And I think if Nigerians haven't learned that in 9 years of doing this show, then there's a problem. We must agree to be different. We must agree to disagree on different issues. You have a different point. I must understand your point, express my point, be understood, and accept it, and we can still shake hands. That's the entire objective of this show. So if we have Nigeria still fighting over issues, we shouldn't fight. If you are pro this, say it with confidence and with your full chest, as you've taught me. Full chest. Full chest. Yes, with your full chest. And the other one, the other side, say our full chest, and we're still Nigerians, because at the end of the day, this is our country. And every conversation I might yap Buhari today. He calls me tomorrow to my interview. I'll call and interview him, because I have a lot of questions for President Muhammad. So we all do too. So we have an opportunity, because trust me, we are still, no matter how much we criticize, we still want the interest of this country. Is at the heart. The whole thing we're saying is at the heart of the interest of this country. Yeah. You know. So I think I like to wrap up.
He said, can be determined by what happened. No criminal offense. Questions will then be, let him look. There may be individual institutional liability. But if it was, like Immaculate Boy says, even madmen in Nigeria will kill and take valuables from, let the law serve its course. And like BC said, it happens in our markets. I come and buy now, and you hold hands. Why? And also continue on the case. Then Saidu Abdullah says, okay, I took that. Professor Imoneha Enachena says, our governor are emperors. They defied presidential executive bill on. Even National Union of Local Governments and critics cannot be bothered. That since governors, irrespective of political affiliation, are driven by common goal to security.
Okay, I think that's all we can take today. In a nutshell, Nigerians like government strengthening. To do that, we need to ensure what Nigerians abroad must always go to the commission report. I think it's important that everybody who lives abroad identify your embassy, know their number. Don't just be in another country. Always, even if you're handicapped, you've lost your job, communicate, let them know who you are, because the truth is that these kinds of things can be avoided when they have a strong presence, when we have a strong presence in different countries, and then they know that, okay, we are very effective. And aside from that, I think Nigerians also expect the government in this matter to follow through to the end and would like to see that indeed justice is served. Concerning President Muhammadu Buhari and his assessment of the relationship with our relationship with Niger Republic, we would like to hear from him.
Please.
What exactly was in his mind when he approved 1.4 billion naira? Who the cars are going to? What do they need it for? And if indeed the National Assembly will be willing to probe this decision. That is what Nigerians are asking this.